Good afternoon, everybody. It's 4 o'clock. There's an hour left in the show. I want to say thank you to everybody who's holding on still. My name is Elizabeth, and I am the Regional Administrator of Training and Employment Programs with Pastone Corporation here in Maine. And I just wanted to do a quick presentation discussing one of our programs, which is the National Farmworkers Jobs Program. So the NFJP, as we call it, is a nationally directed, locally administered program of services that's meant for eligible farm workers and their dependents. The goal of this grant is to provide free workforce development for these individuals to help them get to the next career level to get greater economic stability as well as full-time work. So who is the National Farm Workers Jobs Program, NFJP, for? So anybody that meets our 3 areas of eligibility, or someone who is the dependent of someone who's eligible for our program and is the 18 and older. So our 3 areas of eligibility are: first, you have to be authorized to work in the US and not be an H-2A visa holder. Second is farm worker status. We are able to go back 2 years from the date of enrollment to find a 12-month consecutive window where either 51% or more of their time or income came from some sort of farm work, which we'll dive into a little bit deeper in a minute. And then we are a federally funded grant, so we do have some income restrictions. So farm work, that's pretty vague. And I hope everybody's not paying attention, because I'm going to call on people when anybody in this room who can somewhat hear me thinks of farm work. What do you think of? And go ahead, and my 2 gentlemen paying attention, what do you think of? Shoveling. Tractors, right? We think of some common types of farm work. I don't know if I hit the slide button, so bear with me. Like cultivation and tillage of soil, dairying, growing, harvesting, preparing products that are on a farm, and then transporting them to delivery or to storage. But what we often don't think of when we think of farm work is this more kind of obscure type of farm work, such as the raising of livestock, bees, fur-bearing animals, poultry, farming of fish or shellfish, seaweed. Seaweed farmers count for NFJP services. We also can include for farm work the prior to delivery of products to market, if you're handling them, packing them, packaging, processing, freezing, grading on the farm, and then transporting them to storage. That is qualifiable farm work to get services from the NFJP. So now that you have a little bit of an idea about what the program is, I want to touch on the opportunities that are available to our participants. So we offer one-on-one career services to every single one of our NFJP participants. Upon a person's initial interest in the program, each individual will be assigned their own individual case manager. Your case manager will work with you throughout the enrollment process, the eligibility in the enrollment process. They will build a one-on-one connection with you and help you figure out what your training goal is. Do you want to advance your career on the farm? Do you want to seek employment in new industries? Do you not even want services, but you have a kiddo who's 18 and thinking about going to get a 4-year degree? That is absolutely something that your case manager will work with you on. They'll help you with skills assessments, labor market information, job search assistance, placement assistance, group or individual counseling, short-term pre-vocational services, workplace readiness. All of that, your case manager will help you decide what's going to be the best for you. We also have free training services. So as I said, your case manager is going to help you figure out what your unique pathway is going to be. This isn't a one-size-fits-all program. Not every NFJP participant comes in, enrolls, takes welding, gets a job as a welder, and then works there for the rest of their life. No, it's going to be what our participants want to do and what their unique career goals are going to be. So your case manager is going to help you figure out the different training opportunities that are going to help you best. We can do occupational skills training, on-the-job training opportunities, where we will actually be able to reimburse your employer up to 50% for the first 4 weeks that you're on that job. We do combined workplace training with related instruction. So that would be if you are in a classroom taking a course, and then going out there and actually putting that course into real life and getting to figure out if this is actually what you want to do with your life. We also do skills upgrades and retraining, which we call agricultural upgrades. And if you are a farm owner, this is going to be great for you. So what we can do is, let's say you have that employee who is fantastic. They actually want to come to work. They have a fantastic attitude. And it's kind of hard to find those people nowadays. But unfortunately, that person lacks the skills, the training, the knowledge for you to be able to hire them on full time. What we can do then is talk to you as a farm owner, figure out what your specific needs are on the farm, as well as that participant is eligible for the program and is also interested in pursuing that training. We can pay for that training for them, whether you need a CDLA truck driver, a welder, a small diesel repair technician. We can absolutely do that. All that the farm owner would have to do is guarantee to hire that person on with higher wages and a slight increase in their wage due to the new skill that they have. We offer, yeah, that was all of it. Thank you. I forgot where I was. And then we also have specific services that are designed just for the youth. So participants ages 18 to 24 who are NFJP participants have the options to go a specific youth kind of educational opportunity route for them rather than just going right into the workplace. So beyond all of the services that were already mentioned for adult participants, we have some youth-centered services as well, such as tutoring, dropout prevention, both paid and unpaid work experiences. We can help with education experiences such as tuition, books, materials, SAT prep, college application fees. We do leadership development, mentoring, financial literacy training, or if you're between the ages of 18 and 24 and that's not for you and you want help getting training and finding a job, we can do that too. But wait, there's more. We have even more services that we are able to offer our NFJP participants. So as an NFJP participant, we understand that life gets in the way. I don't know how many times in this post-2020 world I've gotten the call, daycare's closed, somebody might have tested positive for COVID. Oh my goodness, I've got 3 meetings planned, I've got a training I've got to do. I can't just drop everything to go get my kiddo, you know? So what we're able to do is we have some funding that we're able to allocate to our participants when these hurdles get in your way. This funding is meant to, when the nail of need pops up, hit it right back down on the head with the funding. So we can do short-term direct assistance, such as vehicle repair, childcare, housing. We had a participant who needed a brand new uniform and he just didn't have the funds for it. We got him the uniform, materials, anything that's gonna help you get to the end of your training and fulfill your goals. We also offer, this is something completely different from the National Farmworker Jobs Program, but we also do offer free health and safety training to all of Maine's farm workers, regardless of their eligibility for the NFJP. So all of me and my staff are all certified worker protection standard trainers. We are able to provide that, as well as heat stress prevention, limiting exposure around families, reducing exposure in pregnancy, as well as tractor safety, and Jose learns about pesticides. We're able to offer both of these, all of these trainings in both English and Spanish. It takes about 2 hours to do all of them, or you can pick and choose what you want to do. And our staff will travel to you, do all of the paperwork, all of the training, bring all materials. All you have to do is just tell us when to show up. So now I want to touch on some of our really cool NFJP participants that we have in Maine right now. So first we have Miss Ortiz. So Miss Ortiz is actually one of our dependents. She is the daughter of 2 seasonal blueberry harvesters. And we met her doing some outreach. After talking with her and her getting her case manager, the goal that she identified was that she wanted to have a 4-year bachelor's degree, be one of the first people in her families to get this degree. So the training that her and her case manager decided to pursue was classroom readiness training and occupational skills training. So she then worked through the process of applying and getting admitted into the University of Maine, Orono. And as an outcome of this, of 2021, when she was exited from our program, Miss Ortiz is currently enrolled of Maine, Orono, pursuing her bachelor's in civil engineering, and she's expected to graduate in 4 years from then. I'm sorry, my math is not on it right now. So next we have Mr. Lewis. So Mr. Lewis is, prior to his enrollment with NFJP, he was a seasonal employee at an apple orchard, and he loved it. He absolutely loved it. He loved working outside. He loved the flexibility of his schedule. He loved the people he worked with. He loved his boss. But unfortunately, sometimes seasonal work doesn't always pay all the bills. So he wanted to find something new that he would still really love doing, but would be able to financially live with that. So after getting with his case manager, going through different career options, in-demand careers, trainings available, what Mr. Lewis even likes to do, we identified that he'd be interested in obtaining his CDLA. So what we did was enrolled him with a occupational skills training at Northeast Technical Institute, where he did finally obtain his CDLA. As of December 2023, when Mr. Lewis was exited from the program, he is employed full-time, working 40 hours plus a week as a CDLA truck driver, transporting goods across not only the state of Maine, but all of New England. And the last participant I wanted to touch on is Mr. Flock. So similarly to Mr. Lewis, Mr. Flock, after graduating from high school, had been working seasonally at a fruit and vegetable farm. He was actually working in New Hampshire, which is the funny part, is where the farm he was working at. He was referred to us through the New Hampshire National Farmworker Jobs Program grantee. After working with his case manager in New Hampshire, they identified that he really wanted to get a welding certificate. The issue was that they couldn't really find a service provider down in New Hampshire that worked well with Mr. Flock's schedule, his specific learning needs, but they found a fantastic school here in Lewiston, the New England School of Metalworks. So what we were able to do is co-enroll him in both of our programs and pay for his training, his 13-week comprehensive welding course at the New England School of Metalworks. His outcome as of April 2023, when he was exited from the program, he is currently employed full-time, 40 hours plus a week, as a welder at Casella Waste Management, repairing their equipment. And I had the opportunity to work really closely with Mr. Flock and his mom myself, and the response from his mom has just been fantastic, and she gave me the opportunity to share this. I didn't put it on a slide because I just asked the other day, but she said that she watches her son come home every day for the first time with a smile, and that his employer actually came out and talked to her when she went to pick him out the other day and talked about how he wishes he could duplicate Mr. Flock because he's just the hardest worker and is so passionate about what he's doing. So if any of these little tales of our current NFJP participants or recently exited NFJP participants is sparking any interest with you, I did want to mention that we do currently have several fully funded scholarships ready to go that we're just waiting for eligible people to put into. Right now, we have several fully funded CDLA scholarships at Northeast Technical Institute, and we can do that at any of their 3 campuses, which are located in Scarborough, Auburn, or Bangor. We also have several fully funded 13-week comprehensive welding courses at the New England School of Metalworks, which is only located in Auburn. We're also looking specifically for 15 farm worker youth or dependents that are expected to graduate in this year, 2024, that could benefit from SAT prep, customer service training with the National Retail Federation, as well as paid work experience, or assisting finding full-time jobs upon graduation. So how do you know if NFJP is right for you and that you're eligible? Ask yourself these 3 questions, and if you can't answer these 3 questions, you still might be, and you should call us. First, am I a citizen of the U.S., a resident, alien, refugee, asylee, or parolee permitted to work in the U.S.? Yes? Awesome. In the past 2 years, do I have a window where majority of my income was coming from farm work or agriculture work? Or am I the dependent of someone who is a farm worker? Yes? Awesome. Am I or my family receiving any sort of public assistance within the past 6 months, or would I like past zone staff to do an income evaluation for me? Yes? Then this program is for you. If you answered no to one of those questions, or maybe, It still could be for you, so please call us. Oh, I'm going rogue. So moral of that story is, when in doubt, reach out. Please, please, please reach out. It takes us 10 to 15 minutes. We can do it right over the phone to do an eligibility determination discussion with you. Our services are all absolutely free to our participants, so you literally have nothing to lose but could have everything to gain if this is something that you are eligible for. And we are a program, I do like to say, we're kind of boutique-y. We're looking for a very specific set of people to enroll. So if you're not eligible for our program, we're not going to say goodbye. No, please leave. We have nothing to help you with. Good luck. We have a service provider toolkit, I like to say, that we can always refer you out to seek additional services or find organizations that might be able to work with you with your current status. So that's my contact information. I'm Elizabeth, the regional administrator. I work out of Bangor with Mr. Castaneda, my PCSD down there, and then we've got Mr. Beckwith up in Aroostook County. But our service area is the entire state, so please, please, please do not be afraid to reach out. And then with that, I'm able to answer any questions, but mostly wanted to thank you all for your time, especially at this end of this beautiful first day of the show. And we are all eagerly waiting to hear from you.